everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and welcome to your September 2015 Pop Update. And it definitely was an exciting summer, especially finding out about all the new releases, the reissues, and the current line extensions, and all the other awesome stuff that we have heard in regards to those amazing vinyl figures known as Pops. But Funko is definitely doing a lot more with a lot of its other lines, and also doing a very interesting thing for all of the Funko fans out there. So I'm really excited to show you guys some of the news that I have found out this month. There's also, of course, new exclusives and a couple of additional surprises. But before we get into all of that, as always, let's take a look at how my collection has been going. So I have to admit, guys, I was not expecting to add this specific pop to my collection, but it just kept staring at me in the face, and it's just because of the fact that I am an anime appreciator, and all of the anime pops that are out right now on the market are not really some that I am interested in regards to the content, even though I am still waiting for that Speed Racer and his Mach 5 pop ride. But Dragon Ball Z is probably the show that really got me into anime as a whole. I loved this story because it was just so different from the typical animated show, and I just love Goku. He's such a great character. When I saw the Dragon Ball Z line, I was like, okay, this is great, but I don't really know if I'm going to want to collect all of these because it's going to be such a huge line. So I was hoping that there would be an exclusive, because if it's a line that I'm not really interested in collecting, but there is a really awesome exclusive, I would seriously consider. So I found out about the Entertainment Earth Super Saiyan Goku, but then I found out about the Hot Topic Goku, just the regular Goku. And he was not on the shelf for a while, and then all of a sudden Hot Topic this summer said that some of their exclusives were going to come back for a limited release, and Goku was one of them. I saw him 2 times, still wasn't sure, but then I said today, if I'm gonna go and he is there, he is officially mine. So here he is. I have Goku, and he is probably one of the most detailed pops I have seen in a long time, and he's practically flawless to me. There's like very few scuffs, very few paint smudges. I love the details on his black hair. The style is absolutely remnant from the television show. I think it would have been cool if we actually got the logo of the Roshi house on his front of his shirt and the big one in the back, or maybe King Kai's house or whatever, but I absolutely love Goku, and the reason why I chose this specific one and not the glow-in-the-dark Super Saiyan from Entertainment Earth is because while his action sequences are great, Goku is such an amazing, heart-filled ball of joy. And when he is not fighting, or when he's just training, he is positive, he is fun, and his best moments come out in those quiet times. So to actually get a pop of him when he actually looks like he is in his natural state is such a great thing to me. I mean, would I want to get more Dragon Ball Z pops? I am going to have to say no, unless there is a Krillin somewhere down the line, or possibly even a Teenage Trunks, maybe even on the villain side, Android 17 and 18, because they are my favorite villains, but I love this one. I'm so glad that I got it, and considering the fact that it is a Hot Topic exclusive makes it all the more special. So before we get into the Pop lines, I thought it would be cool to actually showcase the Pop Home Collection. It's really cool to have Funko Pops and stuff like that, but they're really trying to branch out in many different ways. They had t-shirts, and now they have home appliances. You can get Funko mugs and salt and pepper shakers, and of course this is all Marvel characters, and I actually spoke to my fiance about these. She thinks that there's nothing wrong with having cute mugs, but salt and pepper shakers are a little too much, but I'm glad to know that at least she is 50% on board with the fact that Funko is doing something like this, and I don't know if I'll get one of these specific mugs, but if there ends up being a collection item from Funko Pop Home that I actually do like another character that is in mug form, maybe I will definitely consider myself. But let's take a look at some other exclusives. We're going to first take a look at the Target exclusive, which is interesting. Peanuts fans rejoice, especially if you have been collecting your Peanuts Pops. Apparently, Snoopy has an ugly cousin named Olaf. I did not know that, but that's the pop over there on the bottom. And on the top, there is a Funko Pop mini pack of Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, and her brother Linus. So if you like the minis, you know, they do have a couple of them. No reason why you can't add some more to your collection. FYE, if you haven't seen an FYE, that's because of the fact that the stores just keep getting shut down. I wouldn't be surprised if this chain actually does leave entirely in the next couple of years, but they do sell Pops, and this time around they do have an exclusive, and it is a black and white Colossal Titan from the anime series Attack on Titan. And I'm very impressed with the fact that they actually do have that. Entertainment Earth, of course, is bringing us another new Batman. They just keep cranking out the Batmans, what can I tell ya? It's a take on #1 in the series, and they have so many versions, and this is known as the Retro Batman. I like this one because it looks like the Batman from the comic books in the 1940s with the very cartoonish face and the mask and the highlights of black and blue. So I think that any Batman fan out there, of course, is going to try and get their hands on it. Going back to comic books, there is also the Marvel Collector Corps, and this theme was Secret Wars, and they actually have two very interesting exclusive Pops, and they both come with the boxes. You can get the female Thor, or Lady Thor I believe she's called, and the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and that is pretty awesome too. I think the details are fantastic. I have not read the Secret Wars. I know of the Secret Wars saga from the 1990s, but I do not know much about this new one, but apparently it showcases lots of different versions of the superheroes, and I heard that there are rumors of a Secret Wars line being created, so I'm very excited to see exactly what's going to happen, just to see what Marvel's got in store for their fans. And we also have a new Pop ride from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is Lola, with Agent Coulson, of course. So if you haven't gotten Agent Coulson on his own, there's no reason why you can't pick up Lola. And like the Superman that came in the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive of the Batman v Superman set, this is another very interesting one because there is a little plastic platform that you put underneath the Pop ride to make it look that it is actually hovering over the ground. That is pretty incredible. And another interesting addition to the Marvel line is Holiday Groot. We can't have enough Groots, ladies and gentlemen, and there's nothing wrong with getting Groot with a green flower pot and a nice little red bow tied around it. Also, that broke away from the exclusives. I'm trying to keep this in some kind of order, but we're going to go to Hot Topic now, because Hot Topic does have some very interesting news. They are trying to bring some of their exclusives out of their proverbial vault, and one of them was the Goku from Dragon Ball Z that I did showcase earlier, but there are also some Supernatural exclusives. There's also the Harry Potter exclusives. I'm still trying to find the Harry Potter in Quidditch robes, not really having much luck, but the one that I'm getting my fingers crossed for is the glow-in-the-dark Gur. I love Invader Zim. I had not gotten into Funko Pops at the time when this was in a lot of Hot Topic stores, so I am really hoping that the rumors are true and he is coming back, because I would love to get my hands on glow-in-the-dark Gur. Disney is also expanding their line. We've got Nightshade Sally and the Pumpkin King, and I think the Pumpkin King is amazing. But Frozen Fever, oh, they just won't stop with the Frozen. I love the movie, but this is just too much, people. Now you can actually get Anna and Elsa in their clothing that they wore in the short film Frozen Fever, and they both come complete with 3 snow Gs. This is enough, guys. Come on. Let's start going to some other Disney characters. Like, DC just keeps doing Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Let's do the same thing with the Disney line. Enough with the Frozen. We have plenty of them already. I mean, the Snowgies are cute, don't get me wrong, but I think Frozen is outweighing its welcome. And now let's take a look at the world of comic books and television, because it looks like fans of Arrow are going to be very happy, because it looks like we are getting a pop of Felicity. She's my favorite character on the show, and I'm very glad to see that they actually are making her into a pop as well. But one of the lines that looks pretty awesome is the Gotham line. Gotham really surprised me as a television show. I really did not expect it to be as good as it was, but the acting in that show is wonderful, and there are definitely a great line to start us off. I love the details of Penguin and Catwoman, as well as Commissioner Gordon and Fish Mooney, and of course Bullock and Bruce Wayne are pretty awesome too. And I also have a feeling that these are not going to be the only ones. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jerome, or if we see Enigma, or if we see Captain Essen. I think we're only scratching the surface in terms of Gotham, but I know that this is going to be a very popular line, and a lot of people are going to go out and get it. Now here's a line that surprised the heck out of me. I had no idea that Step Brothers was going to have a line of its own. But then again, we did have Talladega Nights, so you can get your John C. Reilly and your Will Ferrell. So if you haven't gotten your Will Ferrell in pop form, you can get him in Step Brothers if you do in fact like the movie. I'm not a big fan of the movie, but hey, you know what? They just keep cranking out all these crazy ideas, so why not? Here's another line that really surprised me. Crimson Peak, starring Tom Hiddleston and Jessica Chastain. I saw so many trailers for this movie and it looks fantastic, but I did not expect a line to be made. But the details look pretty awesome, and the pop that portrays the character that is played by Tom Hiddleston, the pop looks like Tom Hiddleston. That's how amazing the details on these pops are. And we've also got another group of pops being added to the animation line, Bob's Burgers. I'm not a fan, or a loyal fan, should I say, of the show. I've seen a few episodes and I think that it is very funny, but I am not someone who watches the show religiously, but I am very happy to see that Bob's Burgers is in fact getting its own line. And I'm very curious to see if there's going to be some other shows that are going to be turned into pop lines, especially when it comes to the world of animation, because they just keep cranking them out. Now, if you are all Doctor Who fans out there, you're also probably Sherlock fans as well. Sherlock is getting a pop line. Yes, guys, Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman will be in pop form in this form. They're already in Bilbo and Smaug, but now you can get them in their Sherlock counterparts, and they do look pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. And you can get Sherlock Holmes in his jacket, or you can even get him in with a violin. So there's so many different things to choose from here, and Doctor Who fans, there's so many of them to choose from as well. So I have a feeling that this line is going to be just as popular as the Doctor Who line. Let's take a look at some Star Wars. There's some exclusives, there's some returning, and there's some big news. Walmart got into the act again and gave us a 2-pack, which looks absolutely adorable, of a Sand Trooper and a Dewback. I have no intentions of getting this, and I don't even have any of the Star Wars ones, but I will not lie, that Dewback is so adorable. Looks like he's smiling at me. So, Star Wars fans, if you're collecting your Star Wars pops, I wouldn't be surprised if you added this one to your collection. And we have one coming out of the vault. It is a Tusken Raider. A lot of people love the Tusken Raiders, so the fact that they actually are bringing him back to the pop line just for a limited time so people can get their hands on him is always great. And the details are pretty good too, especially on the head. Walgreens is also bringing us some exclusives, a glow-in-the-dark Yoda, an Imperial Guard, a very interesting looking Boba Fett. It's known as the prototype Boba Fett. He's chalk white, and a Snow Trooper. So if you want to get some exclusives here, plan on going to Walgreens and getting them there. But I think one thing that all Star Wars fans can truly rejoice for is the fact that the characters of The Force Awakens, or at least some of them, are going to be in pop form, hopefully by the end of the year, or at least early next year. So all of those characters that you have been seeing in the trailers, and even some familiar characters like Chewie and C-3PO, these look great, and I love all the different versions of the Stormtroopers. I think that they look amazing, and also, if you take a good look at the bottom right, there is also an Amazon exclusive of a Stormtrooper with a rifle, as opposed to another Stormtrooper that just has a regular gun. So, yeah, there's lots of different ones to choose from here, guys. It's a pretty big line already, and I'm not going to be surprised if these become some of the more popular ones when they are released, because everybody loves Star Wars, and everyone is excited for Episode 7. Let's cue the music for a little while, shall we? Because I know that all of you Friends fans are excited for your Friends line finally coming out, and these look pretty awesome. And the best thing is, you gotta really be a Friends fan to appreciate this line, because each and every one of them has something that truly commemorates the beauty and the individuality of each and every one of these characters. You got Phoebe with her guitar, you got Monica in her chef's outfit, you've got Rachel in her Central Perk apron and a coffee mug, and then if you look on the bottom, you've got Joey with the duck, you've got Chandler with the chick, and you've got Ross with Marcel. These are going to be some of the most popular in 2015. I know so many people who are so excited and just want to get their hands on all of them. But Seinfeld line, where are you? I want you to finally come to me. I want my Seinfeld pops. But you know what? If the Friends line is on the way, I have a strange feeling that Seinfeld is not too far behind. And break out the Jamiroquai because Napoleon Dynamite's got a line. I'm not surprised, but I didn't know that it was actually coming. But you've definitely got all of the popular characters, everyone from Kip to Uncle Rico to Napoleon Dynamite himself. And fans of the movie will truly appreciate it because each and every one of these characters has something that really signifies their personalities in the film itself. And I really like the pose of Napoleon Dynamite because it really does look like he's dancing, and he's also got the Vote for Pedro shirt. But, to close it all out, everybody, we've got a real special treat. I already showed you the conceptual art, but it looks like they're finally coming, and one of these happens to be the 200th member of the movie line. It is the Monty Python and the Holy Grail line. All of these characters are awesome. I know that there are some other ones on the way. I know that there is a conceptual art of Sir Robin as well as Patsy, but so far we've got King Arthur, we've got the Black Knight who happens to be number 200, Sir Bedivere, the French Taunter, and there are those who call him Tim, and the Killer Bunny Rabbit. These are awesome. Do I plan on adding these to my collection? The answer is no, but I can't deny the fact that a little bit of me in the back of my head says, you want Tim the Enchanter. So who really knows? But in the meantime, guys, all of these new lines that are coming are awesome. Everything just keeps getting better for fans of Funko Pops. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I'm always excited to give you guys some great Funko Pop news. I'm hoping that next month there will be some new additions to more new gifts to give to friends and family. But for now, I hope that you all enjoyed what you watched. Please put your comments in the box below and let's have some discussions. And I'll see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.